Big tech is, well, it's not very good, to say the least. A lot of people talk about it, but only half of them know what it actually means. When people say big tech, they're usually talking about the top 4 biggest tech companies: Facebook, Google, Apple, and Amazon. Hence the name. These companies have been in a lot of hot water with the government for, doing illegal things. And because of this, a lot of people are talking about it. And my favorite car is the bandwagon. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this 3rd episode of The Pratu Show. As I mentioned before, big tech has been a hot topic for a while now. And when people talk about it, they're usually scrutinizing it. But why? Why are these companies getting so much hate? Well, it's because of their antitrust violations. In other words, they stifle their competitors to put them at a disadvantage. Now, if you don't know what that means, that's okay. I don't either. It just looked good on Wikipedia. But basically, it's like a race against competing companies, except these companies shoot their competitors in the leg rather than, actually being better. A video made by the hated one on YouTube, bit of a shout out there. Not that he needs it. Not that anyone needs it. Anyway, this video explains a 3-step plan that these companies use to grow and build a monopoly. First, they create and grow a platform for people to use. Then they buy out all their competition, and for the companies that are like, no bro, we don't want to be bought by you, they rip off all their popular features and then drive them out of business. So let's take a look at each of these companies to see what exactly they've done. Starting off with everyone's favorite, Facebook. The company is so controversial, its CEO Mark Zuckerberg had to publicly address that he is, in fact, not a lizard man.
Are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard.
That's not very convincing, but moving on. Facebook has bought a lot of their competitors to maintain their dominance. Obviously, not all companies have agreed to be bought by Mr. Zuck. One famous example is Snapchat. Snap refused to be sold to Facebook, so Facebook copied, well, everything from stories to filters. Facebook also offered a VPN service called Onavo, which once downloaded spied on apps and features users were using. This helped them see what's trending so that they can copy it, which is also, illegal. In some emails, Zuckerberg was caught saying, bro, just copy what's trending because it's easier than innovation and stuff. Okay, that's enough Facebook for one lifetime, so let's talk about the half-eaten fruit. Ever since the App Store became mainstream, Apple's leveraged this power to put itself at an advantage. For example, the flashlight and health Apple apps were actually straight up copied from third-party apps. But the biggest controversy with Apple was probably Spotify versus Apple. For those of you who don't know, a Spotify subscription plan was $10. But then Apple was like, bro, let's create a 30% tax on in-app purchases on iPhone. And Spotify was like, no, please don't do that. Haha, tax go brrrr. So because of this, Spotify had to raise its prices to $13. But the craziest part is that a year later, Apple released its own music service for $10. Now let's talk about Google. Google just steals your data in any way possible. Moving on. No, but seriously, Google promotes their own services in search rather than other sites. For example, they promote their own reviews of restaurants and stuff rather than reviews from other sites like Yelp, which has made Yelp for help. But we can't not mention Amazon. Oh no. Amazon is oozing with stuff to talk about. So let's talk about it. Amazon obviously controls the majority of online shopping, which they have used to shoot other businesses in the leg. For example, they collect data to find out what products are hot and trending, which they then make on their own and label it as Amazon Basics. They've also copied products from other brands. One alleged instance of this is with Alexa. Basically, Amazon was in talks to buy a smart speaker called Yubi, and Amazon was like,
hello, we are going to buy you.
And Yubi was like,
alright, cool. Can you tell us details about the product and other stuff about your product you probably shouldn't tell anyone.
After this, Amazon didn't buy Yubi and they allegedly copied them to make Alexa. All these companies are doing crazy things, but they aren't being held accountable most of the time. Why is that? Well, it's because these antitrust laws aren't optimized for internet companies, because alternatives are technically always a click away, and customers aren't being harmed from this, so things go unnoticed. My YouTube stats are bullying me, so if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. I actually have to go eat lunch now, so thanks for watching.